Well, good evening from Broman Field, where the Blue Devils welcome the Chargers of Chancellor for tonight's high school football game, and the Culpeper Media Network is here to bring you all the exciting action. Well, I'm Mark O'Connell alongside Steve Peacock, Johnny Krawchuk on top of the press box. Behind the camera, as always, Nick Morris back in the studio of the Culpeper Media Network. Well, Steve, last week we were at King George, and that was a thumping for the Blue Devils. Tonight they have a chance to rebound against a team, the Chancellor Chargers, coming in with a record of 1-5 on paper. This looks like an even matchup. What are your thoughts?
Well, good evening, Mark. Well, glad to be back here on Friday night with you. Yeah, everyone takes look at Chancellor. Got a 1-5 record. They've been thoroughly outmatched in all their games except for I think I forget who their one win is. But anyway, on paper, this looks like an even matchup. So we're hoping tonight Culpeper can right the ship because, and erase last week's debacle.
Well, you were mentioning Chancellor at 1-5. Their lone win so far this season was over James Monroe, 21-12. Okay. Team captains meeting in the center of the field for tonight's coin toss. Wanted to mention that the common opponent between these two teams so far this season has been Caroline. And Chancellor played Caroline last week and lost 56-28. And you know that Culpeper played Caroline earlier this season and lost 26-21. That in itself might tell you that the Blue Devils may have some advantage. I think playing at home helps. I think that the theatrics they had to introduce the players that haven't come out of that Blue Devil structure that they had really sort of got them fired up. And I think the other thing, too, tonight is, Steve, is senior recognition night. And John Bridges, the public address announcer, introduced the seniors not only for the football team, but the band and cheerleaders as well. And so we had 16 Blue Devil football players suited up and recognized tonight during senior recognition night. And so we'll even mention their names as we get into the broadcast tonight. We're going to have the signal here that indicates that Chancellor won the coin toss, opted to defer, and so Culpeper will be receiving tonight's kickoff. Where we left off last week, Steve, that R.J. Uribe went down with an injury, and he was taken off by a gurney and ambulance last week. And then I talked to Eric Sherry tonight briefly before tonight's game. I said, how's he doing? He said, he's actually doing well. He's going to sit out tonight's game as a precautionary method and be suited up again next week when the Blue Devils return to action. So we're going to see the Blue Devils on offense following this kickoff, unless we have a return from a fellow by the name of Christian Smith. He had both touchdowns last week.
You just took his name right out of my mouth. I was going to say, we hope to see Christian Smith back there in the kicking as a kick returner, but also tonight at the running back. He showed his speed, and I think that's going to help the Blue Devils, especially in the passing game, because they're going to have to, account for him at his shifty speed. So it just gives another weapon for Coach Eric Sherry to utilize tonight against Chancellor, and I'm hoping that the Blue Devils can come out tonight, come out of here with a nice win, and like I said, erase that bad taste of last week, because let's face it, Mark, King George just put it right on them.
Yeah, and King George has a very fine football team, and in fact, we'll be there again next week when they play Eastern View. For now, Jason Rivera of Chancellor has teed it up to kick off for the Chargers. And again, we are at Broman Field, and this is senior recognition night. Blue Devils are 2-4. Chancellor is 1-5. Here's Rivera's kick. He keeps it on the ground. This one fielded and down inside the 30. So the Blue Devils will start on offense from their own 29-yard line. That was fielded by Charlie Holland, one of the seniors recognized tonight. 16 suited up for the Blue Devils.
And again, Mark, let's see what Culpeper can do here on offense. I expect to come out in a balanced look, or they'll run an option out of it as well. Chancellor's going to try to I think their strength of Chancellor's team is their interior defense. They're pretty good there. So, Blue Devil offensive line is going to have to really get off their blocks and put a hat on somebody.
Well, Jeremiah Johnson starts out under center, and he hands off. And this is Riley Lentz, I believe, the ball carrier, who gets the push behind that line for perhaps a yard, and that's it.
Yeah, and, again, I'm just thinking, why is Christian Smith on the sideline? But we'll hopefully get in just the second play of the football game.
Here's Jeremiah Johnson checking in now. Second down and 9 for the Blue Devils. Johnson's back there. Riley Vineyard is behind him. Dalton Butler, your wide receiver, top of your screen. Caleb Green is in there. Here's a high snap. Better get on it. Johnson does. He's going to be pressured. He's going to be dropped for a big loss back to about the 21. So already moving in reverse, and the Blue Devils had dug themselves an early hole with a 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, that was a bad turnover, Mark. Bad snap over the head. Maybe a little excited coming on at the start of the game, but again, this is what dooms Culpeper. These bad turnovers at some of the worst times. And here, just started the first quarter, and you now have starting out 3rd and long, like you said, and it just puts your offense in a hole.
Really does. Well, it looks like number 57, Caleb Hall, is the center. Blue Devils here on a 3rd and 18 from their 22. Opening possession of this game. All right, here's Johnson. Will the protection hold up? This one is in the air and caught. What a catch made by number 23.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Charlie Holland. Talk about a clutch catch. And I thought he threw it so high in the air, it had so much air on it, I didn't think anything good was going to come from that play.
Well, he just high-pointed it, Mark. Let's go to replay on it. Look right here. Look at there, good protection up front. And Jeremiah Johnson puts the ball, it's a little lofty, but watch Holland just go right up there and snatch it. And he had a distinct height advantage, too, going over that defensive corner for Chancellor.
Steve, if you're the Blue Devils and you have 3rd and 18 from your own 22-yard line, you connect on a pass like that, got to give you a little bit of confidence. But here's another bad snap. Johnson's going to throw it, and he gets rid of it. He has a receiver. It's Garrett Damewood down to the 31-yard line. So you're talking about turning a negative into a positive. Johnson did a good job, and he found Garrett Damewood. And Damewood, as we mentioned last week, he's been a spark plug on this offense.
He sure has, but that's all Jeremiah Johnson right there. Heads-up play, the bad snap again. He was able to corral it and, turn a potential big loss into a nice gain with that short pass.
Yeah, 15 yards on the play.
I'd be going to my center and say, come on, buddy. Let's go here.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Obviously, you have to shore up, no doubt.
Yeah.
Here's 1st and 10 now from the 30. That was Green in motion. Riley Vineyard, the ball carrier. He won't get untracked. They were able to make some penetration into that backfield and make a double-team tackle on him, and it looks like he's going to actually lose a yard on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 11. Well, did you know that localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically? Check out local sports history information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. All right, 2nd down and 11. You see the clock there, opening quarter. Scoreless so far. First possession. Here comes Garrett Damewood. Damewood looking for a block. Doesn't get it. And he's tackled for a loss back at the 35 by Chancellor's number 21. That was Remy Hawkins.
Well, Mark, again, Chancellor did a good job of stringing that out and basically bringing the sideline in as an extra defender. But Culpeper's got to just get that timing down a little bit better. So right now, the run game looks like they're a little step slow. I think they need to go back with a pass to open up because, as I mentioned earlier, the interior defense of Chancellor is pretty strong.
Well, and this is the second time in this possession that the Blue Devils have faced a 3rd and long. They had 3rd and 18. They connected. Jeremiah Johnson did to Charlie Holland for a 1st down. Now they had 3rd and 15 from the 35. They fake it to Vineyard. Johnson throwing. He's got a receiver out there if you can come up with it. Slightly underthrown. Hit the defender intended for Dalton Butler, and defending for Chancellor was number 6, Keegan Eason. And now you have a 4th down coming up.
Yeah, that was a good route. He was open, but again, the quarterback for Culpeper John's got to learn to, don't get so much air on that throw, because what's happening is you're allowing the defender to come back and recover. So maybe sometimes you need to zip them in there.
Yeah, and he had a little bit of room there. An accurately thrown pass could have been a touchdown. We'll see. It's 4th and 15. Here's Johnson. Vineyard picks up the block for him. Throwing downfield. This one batted away. And this was thrown into coverage. Good job by the Chancellor secondary there. The pass intended for Dalton Butler, and the Blue Devils drive will now stall, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, again, and that also, that's where Culpeper Jeremiah Johnson's also got to go through his progressions, because he's got to look where he has man coverage. He had man coverage on the right-hand side, but he throws over to the left-hand side, and where they're double teaming the receiver. So he threw into double coverage, and look what happened. We got the turnover on downs.
Yeah, it sure did. But they did move the ball some. They started on their own 29-yard line, and they moved the ball down to the Chancellor 35 before they turned it over on downs.
Yep. An official equipment issue.
Well, the quarterback for this Chancellor offense is number 12, Leo Ferguson. He'll have Landon Poindexter, running back, on his right. Darren Butler on his left. Chancellor, their first possession. They hand off. Straight ahead they go. Ball carrier out to about the 37, 38. That was Darian Butler with the carry for Chancellor.
Yep, and again, Chancellor is going to use that little back. He's pretty shifty, Mark. He's going to have to, the defense is going to have to know where he is at all times. Don't let him get on that corner.
Picked up 3, 2nd and 7 for Chancellor. You can see the time here in this first quarter. And Chancellor sends 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. They fake it and then throw it. And he had on the slant, the intended receiver there was number 8, Logan Eckhart, the tight end, incomplete. And Steve, looks like the quarterback put that one where he needed to.
He did. He put it where he needed to, but again, the receiver couldn't come up with the play. But, and I'm seeing the defense with Culpeper is playing a 2-man safety. So they're playing like with man coverage on the side. So they're using their safeties, and that's Caleb Green. And on the other side is number 15 for Culpeper.
Dalton Butler.
Dalton Butler has their safeties deep. They're daring Chancellor to try to throw over the top.
Blue Devils showing pressure. Here they come, and out there trying to complete the first down pass. Incomplete. It was intended for Logan Hunter, and now Chancellor goes 3 and out.
3 and out on that. Good defense by the Blue Devils. And again, if they can get pressure on the quarterback, and they're going to play cover 2, then they're just going to, they're basically telling Chancellor, we're not going to let you throw it deep on us. Mm-hmm. So they're going to give up that short slants. But again, Chancellor couldn't execute. So now Culpeper gets the ball back.
Yeah, and they may very well get good field position based on where this punt's going to take place. But right now, Culpeper's called the timeout. And, our timeout sponsor is UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. And also, this broadcast brought to you in part by Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. So, Culpeper took its first timeout. That gives them 2 remaining here in the first half, and Chancellor has all 3. But the Chargers looking at 4th and 7, and the punt team is on.
And do we have 24 deep? No. I'm looking for Christian Smith. I'm just kind of, I guess, amazed that he's not in there.
Yeah, and it does make you wonder. Maybe they're going to insert him when we least expect it or something. What do you think?
Well, that's possibly, but, he did. Now, somebody said, that was King George's second team. I don't care. He ran. He had 2 good, big running plays last week, and he showed some speed, and I think that's what Culpeper needs to utilize.
Well, Logan Hunter will punt this one away. And he does so from about the 27. And this kick will take a Chancellor roll. How about that? Down inside the Blue Devil 30-yard line.
Those are ones, the SBG, satisfactory but good.
I thought that maybe the Chancellor player had downed it a little prematurely. It might have rolled a few
Oh, I know. So now let's see what Culpeper can do here, get their offense on track. I like their passing game, rolling out Johnson on either on the end, and see if he can try to, that forces the Chancellor defense. Do I come up and try to sack him, or do we, we got to honor the pass? So let's see if he can get that going here.
Jeremiah Johnson under center here. I formation behind him. That's Vineyard and Green. Here's the toss to Caleb Green. Gets to the outside. Looking to get the edge, and he does. And Caleb Green picks up first down yardage for the Blue Devils. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673.
Well, Caleb Green just showed some speed for us right around on that left end. And he got that corner turned and picked up a vital first down for the Blue Devils.
Sure did. Picked up 11 yards. They go back to this I formation with Johnson under center, Steve. It's a pretty good look here for him. And I think with Caleb Green, the ball carrier here, not going anywhere, they're able to trip him up for about a 5-yard loss. I think maybe with those errant snaps that they've moved Johnson out of that pistol or shotgun formation and put him under center.
And that's a good move right there, good coaching move, because you've already had 2 bad snaps. See, now Caleb had some running room on there, but one of those interior linemen got in there and was able to, trip him up.
Number 16 in the backfield is Brendan Stover. At that fullback position, Caleb Green, the tailback, they fake it to him. Here's Johnson. Downfield, this one may be intercepted, and it is.
Yeah, see
it's intercepted by number 11, Nigel Asamoah. First turnover of the game.
You're right, Mark. And again, that you appreciate the athletic ability, but he was he wanted to escape the defender and not take the big sack. But where he threw it was not a good place to have thrown it out of bounds. He didn't, and Chancellor came up with that interception.
Sure did. Well, I like the fact that they went with Johnson under center and the eye behind him, given how the exchanges at center has been so far tonight.
I do. I like that because you don't see that much anymore in high school and college, getting under center.
Right, because so many teams operate from the spread.
Yep.
And they have quarterbacks that are usually dual threats. You hear that a lot. Chancellor takes over for its second possession from midfield. So excellent field position, and they hand off to Landon Eckert, who went straight ahead. And we'll check the spot here. It looked like he picked up about 4 yards. It's at the Culpeper 46. And it's second down and 6.
And see, Culpeper's got to identify also the skill players for Chancellor because they're not that. I mean, they haven't had much luck offensively so far in their season.
And they have a very short roster.
Yes, they do.
Not a lot of players on it. We've got movement. And I guess this is our first penalty flag of the night.
It is. It's going to go against the Blue Devils. I have a feeling offside.
Mm-hmm. That'll move the ball to the 41. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Well, you can see we're scoreless so far in the first quarter, and you can see the clock moving there. Chancellor took over with excellent field position for this possession at midfield. Now they have it at the Blue Devil 41, where it's 2nd and 1. We go back to the run. And Riley Vineyard's going to sling the ball carrier down for a loss, and that was Darian Butler trying to get untracked, and Vineyard would have nothing to do with it.
No, he just grabbed the back of that jersey and flung him.
Yeah.
And it's not a horse collar because he didn't grab him around the top of the neck. That was good. I was hoping. I'm glad he went down because I thought he was going to regain his balance, and keep running again.
All right. Well, he lost 3 yards on the play. Now, we've got 3rd and 4 for Chancellor. Quarterback Leo Ferguson. He's got running backs on both flanks, and he hands off. And this is Logan Hunter, the ball carrier. Or make that Landon Eckhart, rather. He's usually listed as a tight end. I'm going to give him some chances to run the ball tonight as well. Short pickup. Here's 4th and 2.
They don't look like they're going to punt it. They're going to go for it here. So now Culpeper's got to be careful again. Don't jump.
Yeah, and I think this is probably where you're the offense. You're going to try to draw that defense offside for a 5-yard freebie if you can.
Right.
And after this play, we'll go back to one of our sponsors to recognize them. All right, here it is, 4th and 2. Let's see who wins out in the test of the wheels here. The running back straight ahead will win it out for Chancellor. He got more than he needed for a first down, and that was number 22, Darian Butler. That'll move the sticks for Chancellor. And new set of downs. As I tell you that this broadcast is brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. And CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home Center, 825-2200. All right, back to the run, and it's Porter over the left side, and they bottle him up, and a penalty flag comes in as Tyler McKnight and Riley Vineyard combined for that Culpeper tackle. Steve, what did you see on that play?
Well, again, I think it's going to be a hold against Chancellor and on that. But then that Porter kid, he's a small back. I told you earlier in the broadcast we had to make sure Culpeper finds him on offense. That's why he's able to pick up that, first down on 4th down, and because he went right up the middle, and Culpeper didn't account for him, and he picked it up. He's a shifty little back. They got to make sure they have a hat on him at all times.
Well, you were right about the holding there. And sideline warning against Culpeper. Checking in there, big number 77 for Culpeper. That's Markel Reed. All right, here we go, John. Back near side, caught, receiver, makes one man miss, makes a cut, and it makes he stepped out of bounds to stop that one. And I believe Tyler McKnight forced him out of bounds.
Yeah, but again, he was Culpeper didn't have that defense very well because he had man coverage up there on that corner with Culpeper's cornerback, and the receiver was able to get the ball and make one move, tiptoeing down the sidelines. Lucky he stepped out.
All right, 2nd down and 5 now. From the 27-yard line of Culpeper goes Chancellor. Mentioned Leo Ferguson, the quarterback. Darian Butler, the running back there with him. And they give it to Butler. Butler off left tackle, breaking a tackle and getting inside the Blue Devil 15-yard line. Caleb Murray comes over to make this tackle.
And again, Butler, he can't be more than 5'7", Mark, if he is. But
yeah, you're right. He's actually 5'6", 165.
And he's running really tough inside. And that's where I see now why Culpeper brought in the coaching staff, big number 77, clogged that middle up a little bit. Because Chancellor's offensive line was doing pretty good, opening holes up there for the running back to run right through with no, little or no resistance.
Well, they started this possession at midfield, and the Chargers have moved it down to the Blue Devil 15. They're in the red zone, it's called. Here comes Keegan Eason. And Eason, there's a penalty flag comes in as Riley Vineyard made the tackle on him.
And they're going to call a horse collar, and I don't think that was a horse collar. I thought he got his numerals, but they're going to say horse collar tackle, tack on 15. And Vineyard's upset about it. I don't blame him because that was not a horse collar tackle.
Personal foul. Yeah, and you called it again, but you didn't agree with it.
No, I do not.
All right, see where they move the ball to. It's right at the 10.
That's a bad call.
And it looks like it's 1st and 5 from there. I didn't think the fans liked that one either.
No, they didn't. It was a bad call.
Ferguson handing off again to Butler. There goes Butler up the middle, and he's into the end zone from 10 yards out. So Chancellor scores first, 6-0 with 2:12 to play, and it was Butler from 10 yards out.
And Mark, that was too easy. He's a little back, but nobody got a hand on him, or they tried to arm tackle him. Nobody got in front and tried to take him down. He waltzed in from 10 yards, like I said, with very little resistance. And, so Culpeper's got to figure out defensively how they're going to stop him the rest of this game.
Yeah, he certainly made that one look easy. Jason Rivera on for the point after, and we got a whistle, and I think Culpeper may have jumped off sides with that.
I think you're right. Try is good. If it's against Culpeper, they're just going to.
I think they're
They
going to.
have to kick it over.
Yeah.
And look out there, the full moon is rising on the Blue Devils and the Chancellor.
You know, just a second ago I could see it, and then it disappeared.
Yeah,
Talking about the moon. All right. Rivera's going to try it again. Try to make it a 7-0 Chancellor lead. And the holder is the quarterback, Ferguson. Here's his kick. And it's good.
Kick is up and good.
Cleared the crossbar. I was watching him in practice, Steve, and I don't think he has a lot of range. Most of his kicks barely cover the crossbar, but that's not the problem right here, right now. I think for Culpeper it is field position. They let Chancellor start it from midfield. And with the running of this Darian Butler kid, they made good on it.
They did. They injected some speed into the game. That's why I'm questioning Culpeper offensively. They need to answer. They need to put Christian Smith in there. He's got the speed. I don't know what coach staff's holding him back. I don't know. But these little backs kill you.
Mm-hmm. There it is. What a shot that is.
Yep.
Steve.
The moon.
Yeah. So, I bet Johnny remembers even the man in the moon is crying. Back when Johnny and his DJ days over at C103.
Yep. C103.
Yeah, I used to listen to him every morning. And he would take requests.
He would.
Yeah. Yeah. Good DJ. Now he's our cameraman and the station manager. And Nick Morris is technical director back in the studio, manning the fort there. And we expect a close game here tonight. Well, Chancellor strikes first and really took advantage of that Blue Devil turnover.
They did. And, again, poor tackling by the Blue Devil defense.
Rivera's kick. They keep it on the ground. This one fielded inside the 30-yard line and out to about the 39 was Dalton Butler.
Yeah, let's see what Culpeper's going to do here offensively. I think they need to go to the passing game more. They got the advantage with the receivers with their size on those corners, and that they're going to. I think they've got to use the passing game really to soften up that interior defense. Then you go with the run.
Well, the thing is, they're going to start this possession with very good field position at their own 40. They're going to send Charlie Holland, receiver near side. Dalton Butler, top of your screen. Back on the option. This play busts up before it can get going. No chance to develop as let's try to see who that was. Oh, that was number 16 of Culpeper, Steve. That's Brendan Stover with the ball carry. He had nowhere to go.
No, it was great penetration by the Chancellor defense. And right now, our offensive line is not doing the job up front. They're letting the D-line and Chancellor dictate. And it was like it was not a fumble because it looked real close. They were in there right at the handoff.
Well, they go back to this pistol formation, and Riley Lentz is back there as the quarterback. All right, here's Lentz. He's going to throw, and he's got Charlie Holland, who breaks the tackle. He's down the near sidelines. Here's Holland, and they force him out of bounds at about the 28. And that's his second big catch for first downs tonight, Steve.
Yeah, and then let's look at this on replay. We have a new quarterback in there, and Lentz. He just rolls out and just throws just a little bit of a little pass, maybe about 10 yards on a little comebacker to Holland. He did the rest and started going down the sidelines, and he showed some good offensive moves with the yard after the catch.
Yeah, exactly. Yards after catch. Charlie Holland, 2 clutch catches tonight have resulted in 2 very much needed first downs for the Blue Devils. Well, they fake it, and then Lentz is going to keep it. He's going to be tripped up, and he's going to be tackled near the 30-yard line, so he'll lose a couple. He'll bring up 2nd and 12. You can see the clock ticking, 40 seconds to go. First quarter action, Chargers 7, Blue Devils nothing. But the Blue Devils in position here, Steve, if they can capitalize.
Yeah, they are, and it's curious. I wanted to see if Jeremiah Johnson, did he get hurt on that last play? Because they're still going with Lentz.
I don't think so. You can see him there, number 4. I think he's just on the sidelines waiting his turn because it looks like they're going with a different wrinkle here with Lentz in. Here's Lentz and the pitch to Garrett Damewood, trying to get him on track. Got to give him that first block, and they just can't do it as Chancellor strings this one out and drops him near the line of scrimmage. There is a penalty flag on the play.
Mark's going to be holding against the Blue Devils here. That's going to knock him back 10 yards.
Stops the clock with 11 seconds to play here in the first. Well, here comes the official, the referee in the white hat. You're right. It is a holding, and it's declined. Well, they lost yardage on the play, and it's 3rd and long.
It's 3rd and long. You're right.
Or is it 2nd and long? I lost it down.
It's 3rd.
Okay. A little higher on John on the camera. Yeah, it is 3rd. There you see the down marker. Ball up to 31, and well, that's the end of the first quarter. And Chancellor's on top, 7-0. We'll take a break, come back to the start of the second after this. Stay tuned. You're watching Blue Devils football on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is made possible by the generosity of our community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet, and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
Welcome back to our broadcast. Start of the second quarter, and just a moment ago, an incomplete pass thrown by Lentz, and it brings up 4th down and 13 here with the Blue Devils, and the ball is at the Chancellor 30.
It looks like we got.
Pardon me.
Looks like Kristen Smith is in on and as playing one of the wideouts.
Well, you've been calling for him, Steve. He wears number 24. Here's Lentz. Here comes some pressure. He throws on the run. Going up, trying to make the catch, unable to do so, was Dalton Butler. And had he called it in, it would have been enough for a 1st down. And as it is, it turns the ball over on downs again for the Blue Devils, and Chancellor's offense, leading 7-0, will come on to the field and resume action offensively.
And again, that was a catchable ball, but he just couldn't corral it. And then, 4th down, 4th and long. So let's see if Culpeper can do a 3-and-out here against Chancellor and get the ball back in good field position. But they're going to have to play sound defense. They're going to make sure, because Chancellor isn't going to throw it that much. They're going to basically be featuring 22 Porter.
Yeah, Darian Butler, and he's had a good game. You see him at 5'6". He's a little guy doing some big work. Here's Ferguson throwing near side, got a receiver, and it is Keegan Eason. Eason is going to pick up, it looks like about 8 yards on the play.
And now, just I said that they go to the pass game and said they're going to feature the run, and they go right to the pass game.
No, short pass game.
Yeah.
Move the ball out to the 38, or 39 out, rather.
They're still going with that cover, too.
2nd down and 1 here. Opening minute of the second quarter. No change at quarterback. It's Leo Ferguson. He throws, got the man on the slant there. It's caught by number 8, Logan Hunter. And that'll be a 1st down for Chancellor. And they are now on the Blue Devils side of midfield. They'll spot it at the Culpeper 48.
Mark, and what the defender for Culpeper's got to do, he can't give that much inside leverage to that receiver. He's got to be able to see that coming. Once that receiver starts to make that cut, he's got to get over there and make him not use his leverage against you. And I was just like I said, that's too easy.
All right, 2 receivers to the left. Penalty flag comes in.
So we might have too many people on the field. Hold up.
Are they counting them?
No.
False start against them. Okay, against Chancellor. And that'll move it back to the Chancellor. On the Chancellor side of midfield now at the 47.
See, I thought they might have gotten him for too many because I saw one of those Chancellor players booking it to the sideline.
All right, that makes it 1st and 15 now for the Chargers. They're at their own 47. They lead 7-0. You can see the clock there. Early minutes of this second quarter. They go back to Butler, the ball carrier, straight ahead. What a burst of energy he gets as he got inside the Blue Devil 45.
He's feasting on our offense, on our defensive line, Mark. Their offensive line's doing a good job, and then you get Butler just coming right up in there, hitting that hole really hard.
Well, did you know that localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically? Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. All right, here is a 2nd down and 5. Chancellor on the Blue Devils side of midfield at the 43. Ferguson handing off Butler. Butler right side. And he got away from one defender. Then he ran into someone who really laid the leather on him, and that brought in a penalty flag as Tyler McKnight and Caleb Green combined for that Blue Devil tackle.
Yeah, I want to there's got a face mask. It's going to be against the Blue Devils.
Was that probably the initial hit that was made on him? Yeah. When he's flying by you like that, you reach out and you may end up with that face mask. You don't want to, but that's sometimes the way it happens, and now they're going to mark it off.
Yeah, but we're Chancellor's best offense right now, the way we're playing.
Well, the official takes a long 15-yard walk, and now they put the ball down at the Culpeper 24 rather. Okay, here's the snap to Ferguson and the handoff. And the ball carrier wrapped up pretty quickly by number 56 of Culpeper. That's Bryson Butler. Makes the tackle on Landon Eckhart.
Now that's what he did. He got in there quick and made the tackle and didn't try just an arm tackle. He wrapped him up.
Yeah, he lost 2 yards, brings up 2nd and 12. You can see the time, you can see the score, 7-0 Chancellor. We're in the second quarter, 9:06, clock ticking. Ferguson is the quarterback. Darian Butler, the primary ball carrier, doing some nice work tonight. He gets the call once more. He gets behind his blockers, and he's kind of hard to find. They wrap him up. Tyler McKnight in on the tackle for Culpeper, and he had some help out there as well. Let's check the spot on that one. Let's see what looks like he's going to bring a 3rd down and about 3 for a 1st down.
Again, he's so hard to find, Mark, in that backfield.
You're looking at the Chancellor offensive huddle there. And it is 3rd and 4. And the ball is at the 19. Snap to Ferguson. They fake it, then they throw it. He's got the receiver on the slant, and it's caught 1st down yardage inside the 5-yard line, and that was hauled in by Nathaniel Newton of Chancellor.
They're going to have to play man up on him, not give him that cushion, and where he just goes down on that slant. Culpeper defense got to move up. You can hit him going off the line and to disrupt that play, and they're not doing it. And now they're just being a pitch and catch.
Yeah, 16 yards on the pass play. Sets up 1st and goal from the 3. And you almost have to figure that Darian Butler is going to factor into this equation at this point. They fake it to him, then they throw near side incomplete. And it looks like that defensive play there made nicely by Caleb Green, who broke up the intended pass.
Yep, he anticipated well and knocked it down. Just wish he could have picked it up and picked it off. He was gone. If he could have picked it, it would have been a pick six, easy.
Right about this second, you'd be saying touchdown Blue Devils.
Exactly, touchdown Blue Devil.
All right. Instead, it's 2nd and goal from the 3. All right, handing off. Here's the running back. He's getting near the plane. Did he cross it? It's number 9, Landon Eckhart. Let's see. And it is a Chancellor touchdown?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is.
They almost stopped him, but he had just enough momentum to break the plane. So Chancellor scores its 2nd touchdown, and it's 13-0 with 7:25 to play. 56. That was a roster change we didn't know about there, Steve.
Right.
Thought I had them all covered. 56 is Jaden Hendrickson.
All right, see if Culpeper can put pressure on this.
It was
PAT.
Bryson Butler. All right, here's the point after by Rivera.
But it's going to be half distance to the goal. Culpeper jumped. Now will Chancellor still go for the PAT, or they try for 2?
I think they go for the PAT.
Yeah.
The holder is Leo Ferguson, the team's quarterback. The kicker is Jason Rivera. He's going to picture in contrast to Darian Butler, isn't he?
Yep.
Darian Butler's 5'6", weighs 165. Jason Rivera, 5'9", 322.
Jeez. That's a big boy.
Probably won't confuse them when you see them in uniform, will you? Well, we got another whistle, it sounds like. And let's see what this one is.
If it's another offsides on Culpeper, you might as well try it for the 2. You can just fall over the line.
Well, I think you could put Jason Rivera back there as like William the Refrigerator Perry.
I know. I was thinking
Couldn't
the
you?
same thing. You could.
Oh, and if you get it down to the 1 yard line, you say to Jason Rivera, all we need's 1 yard. You can do it.
You can do. Push.
Yeah, push. I don't know. There's a lot of delay on this point after touchdown.
It is. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Oh, now they look like they're going to go for it. Yeah, I mean.
We'll see. Look where the ball is. It's right there at the 1. And I still think it's kind of funny to think of Jason Rivera playing the role of William the Refrigerator Perry. We got a guy that big, though. I mean, can you stop him?
No.
Shy of getting at least a half a yard.
I know. Would you want to step in front of that freight train?
No. Let's see what the.
Now it's all about getting low, and really, quarterbacks, all you do is go right up the middle.
Ferguson's under center.
That was easy.
And they were able to get in for the 2-point try, and that was number 9, Landon Eckhart. So it's good. Well, they were going to go for the point after, but the Blue Devils said they had a couple penalties, and it pushed it to the 1, and then they went for the 2-point try, and it was easy.
Well, you know, I know it's senior night and everything, and I just think right now Culpeper's football team's got a little bit of senioritis. They're not playing very well here in the first half. And,
well, again, my apologies for the mistake with jersey number 56. I thought I had everybody covered. There were 2 or 3 other roster changes that we had a handle on. That one got past us, but I think we're going to be okay now. Well, it's 15-0 in favor of Chancellor, and this broadcast is brought to you in part by Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
Mark, I really think it's imperative that the Blue Devils score on this set of downs, because 7 minutes to go before half, Chancellor gets the ball and you know, start the third quarter, and I think the momentum would switch here if Culpeper can come down here and march down and get a score.
Well, this is probably where you would like to see, and I think I would, and the Blue Devils would, Christian Smith.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to get the ball in the hands of your best athletes, and right now though, but they're not the ones letting down Culpeper offensively. Their offensive line is not playing very well.
There's Smith. We were just mentioning him. He did pick it up after losing it. Then he fumbled it again. Let's see who's got it. I say fumbled it again. He had a little bit of trouble getting a handle on it initially. Then he did return it. And it looks like he may have lost it. But then the Blue Devils, Richard Cannon, recovered it.
Yep, number 20, I believe, wasn't it?
Was number 20. On the roster is Richard Cannon.
Yep. See, that's maybe one of the reasons why Coach Sherry, doesn't use Christian Smith, more because he's a small guy and, he's putting the ball on the ground a couple times.
Well, decent field position for Culpeper, starting at its own 36. Not bad. Jeremiah Johnson's back in the lineup in that pistol formation. Riley Vineyard's back there. He's going to block as Johnson throws for Butler. He goes up and catches it. And then making the tackle rather easily for that vulnerable receiver was Elijah Miller.
It was a good pass.
Butler held on.
Yeah, he did hold on and was able to pick up a 5 yards.
Mm-hmm. Butler's made some nice catches this season, but tonight Charlie Hollins made 2 clutch catches for Blue Devil first downs. And this is 2nd and 5 here for the Blue Devils from their own 41.
And that's where I think you need to go. Look at the matchups with your receivers. Chancellor's playing man.
Here's the pitch to Riley Vineyard. Vineyard turning up field. Straight ahead he goes, and he always lowers that shoulder, and he's a load to bring down. He gets down to the 49-yard line, Steve. 8 yards and a first down for Culpeper.
Where wasn't the ref throwing that for a late hit? Now, if we had been us on the other side, he would have thrown the flag. That was.
Well.
Good run, though, by Vineyard.
Yeah.
He's a man's football player. He's built like one. He's stocky kid, strong.
Tough.
Tough. He's going to give you those, tough yards.
You just know you can, he's just one of those guys you just know you can rely upon. He's back there. Low snap again. Johnson does a good job of getting it. And then here is Riley Lentz. And Lentz fighting for yards. And a penalty flag comes in at the end of this play. Now, was it Lentz or Caleb Green? It was actually Caleb Green.
It was
Yeah.
Caleb Green.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to come back, though. See what the call is.
Man in the white hat.
No, it's going against Chancellor. Good.
There you go. Personal foul. Face
mask.
mask. Okay, so they've got one too now.
Yeah.
Now they'll march this one off 15 yards, and the Blue Devils will be in business.
That's why Caleb was up. He went down real quick because they twisted his damn head. Almost twisted it off.
All the way down to the Chancellor 28 is where they put the ball down.
And see, I think that's what Culpeper's got to do. They got to start going to their passing game.
Top of your screen is Caleb Murray. And here's Johnson. He's got time, and he's throwing deep. He's looking for this receiver there. That was Charlie Holland. He had maybe a half step on the receiver. The pass was overthrown.
Yeah,
It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 28. And this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673.
Let's see what here. We've got a penalty.
So a false start
Against the Blue Devils.
Okay.
That's going to bring. Not going back 5 yards, but it's going to be repeat. It's going to be repeat the down.
Replay. First down.
Now let's see what they're going to do.
Ball at the 33. 1st and 15. Here's the pitch to Riley Vineyard. Vineyard trying to get the edge. Here's another penalty flag coming in as they wrap him up shy of the 30-yard line. 2-yard pickup by Vineyard. Let's check the flag.
It's probably going to be a hold here. This Chancellor gets thrown in that area holding. Let's see what the.
Seems like we've reached that point in time, Steve, where the penalty flags are coming in far too often.
Yep, and it's going to be. Yep.
But you called it again, it's a holding.
Yep.
And those are the ones that really hurt.
Yeah, and Riley had got the corner, and it's an offensive line. If you've seen your running back go by you, then he don't hold the defensive player when you've seen your running back go right on by you, and your man ain't gonna make the play. But don't get caught holding. That's exactly what happened.
And I think it's an excellent point. Like you said, if you see your man go by you, your running back, you don't even need to touch anybody near you.
Seriously, really.
They're out of the play. All right, here's Johnson to Garrett Danewood. And again, they don't make that initial block, and Danewood can't get on track And making the tackle was number 9, Landon Eckhart.
That play was poor design, really, Mark, because they didn't put anybody out there to block any of Chancellor's defenders. They only had a wide receiver and a back out there, and Chancellor's got 6 players going to the football.
Yeah, and you can't get untracked. We can't get that initial block. So back to the 45-yard line it is, and the Blue Devils have to get down to the Chancellor 20 for a first down. Low snap. Johnson gets it. He's going to throw downfield. He's looking for Dalton Butler, but excellent coverage back there. That play had no chance.
Well, it had no chance because it disrupted the timing. The bad snap did. Disrupted the timing of that play. I don't know what's going on with Culpeper snaps, in the shotgun, but it might be that I'd like to see maybe Johnson go under center and then do a 3 or 5 step drop.
Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. And CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home Center, 825-2200. So timeout on the field, and we've got 3 minutes and 53 seconds remaining here in this second quarter. Chancellor on top, 15-0, and this game is one of the other things tonight is senior recognition night, and the 16 Blue Devil football players recognized. The 16 seniors, mention them when I can. Other seniors mentioned as well. On the band, and look at the cheerleading team. Here's Jeremiah Johnson. He's going to throw downfield. He's looking for Butler. And this one incomplete, going up for it, and it looked like he almost made the catch. But then excellent defense by Elijah Miller.
You got to give Butler credit, though. He went up and got tried to high point that ball, almost was able to bring it in. Now I think Culpeper's going to punt here, and I think they need to.
And that will mean Saul Acevedo in to punt this one away.
Better call Saul.
Better call Saul. Looks like they are calling him, Steve.
Yeah.
Saul gets the call. He's going to punt this one from the 44. And this one will not be fielded, and it's going to take a nice Blue Devil roll all the way down to the 7-yard line. So that is, by my calculations, a 49-yard punt.
Yeah, that's a good punt. And Acevedo's got a good leg. He really get good technique on that punt. Now you keep Chancellor now deep in their own territory. Let's see if we can come up with a defensive turnover here.
And I think you're right, Steve. When you're the punter like that, and you make a kick, you're contributing to the team's effort. You're saying, okay, now here's the defense.
Yep.
Your defense is back on the field, and you're not on your heels here, and you're not hard pressed. You're not starting out in the red zone. You've got this team pinned back inside their own 10-yard line. Now the onus is on you to do something.
Right, and Vineyard's Vineyard's got to understand that 22 is going to be the focal point here. He's just got to get off his block and see if he can.
And there he is. You called it, Darian Butler, but this time the Blue Devils were waiting for him. He drew a crowd. It looks like 3 Blue Devil players in there, including Tyler McKnight, number 21, number 23, Charlie Holland, and number 16 in there as well, Brendan Stover.
Yeah, that's what they need to do, because they got to recognize, hey, 22's been killing us and gassing us all during this first half.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to be able to fight back and find him.
And he's a little guy, as we mentioned. He's got a big heart, plays big, but he's 5'6", 165 pounds. He's a junior. And sometimes he can be hard to find. He gets behind those linemen, and you got to find him.
Yep.
All right, second down. Ferguson handing off this time to Nathaniel Newton. And again, the Blue Devil defense does a nice job. They're waiting for him, Steve. Number 56 in on the tackle for Culpeper, Jaden Hendrickson. He had some help.
Well, what's going on is that here, Chancellor, I don't think is going to want to pass the ball down here deep in their own territory and risk an interception, because they're throwing these short passes, so they're going to go predominantly with the run. Culpeper's got to figure that out. Now, big third down play. Just don't give up third and long here.
Exactly. In the backfield, of course, is Darian Butler alongside his quarterback, Leo Ferguson. Ferguson calls a timeout for Chancellor. And this, our timeout sponsor is UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. All right, 15-0 our score. Steve, if people were just now tuning in and they heard the score was 15-0, how would you sum it up for them to say this is how we got here?
Well, how they got here was poor defensive play by Culpeper and good running and attack by Chancellor. They were able to move it up, and then we had some penalties too.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, they haven't really beaten us 15-0, even though they've scored 2 touchdowns. But I wanted to use the point when they went up with the second touchdown, up 13-0. Then we do 2 offside penalties on the PAT, and it moved it right up to the 1-yard line. And I kept saying, well, they're going to go for 2, and sure enough, that's why they got 15. So what I'm getting at is that Culpeper has really been their own worst enemy here in this first half.
Yeah, I agree. Well said. And so here it is now, 3rd and 7 for Chancellor at its own 10. After the timeout, which Ferguson called, got the new play, and he is going to pass. He's going to sling it downfield. This one looks like it's caught, and it is. What a tremendous catch by Nathaniel Newton, and he caught that in traffic. It looked like it was Garrett Danewood defending, and you couldn't cover him any closer than that. I guess Nathaniel Newton just fought and wrestled that ball into possession.
Yeah, he did, and he caught that ball. Got to give him credit. I didn't think Chancellor would pass down there deep in their own territory, but Danewood was right there. Like you said, it couldn't have defended it any better. Just he made it play.
30 yards on the play. Ferguson's going to throw again. This time a short pass. This one's caught by Newton once again. And then he drew about 6 or 7 blue jerseys, and they tackled him at about the 47. He picked up 7 yards. We'll bring up 2nd and 3 there.
Well, Mark, what's really making Chancellor's offense really, I guess, good, the way they're clicking right now is because they use Porter in the run, and it's got Culpeper off balance.
Here's Ferguson. This time he's under pressure, trying to get away from it, and he's going to be tackled eventually at the 46. He'll lose a couple yards on the play. So maybe some good coverage downfield, Steve, because Ferguson had a little bit of time. He stepped away from the pressure initially, but then when he looked downfield, it didn't look like anyone was open, so the Blue Devils were able to catch up with him and drop him for a loss.
Yeah, the Chargers just called a timeout. And again, I think, Mark, what I was trying to say is with Porter in there, he'd been gashing them all night long here in the first half.
Right.
So now Chancellor, that has opened up Chancellor's passing game. And now you're seeing Chancellor move the ball passing because Culpeper's got to keep an eye on Porter, so they got to keep an eye out for him. And now it's opened up it's allowing, man-on, one-on-one competition between corner and receiver. And right now, Chancellor's winning that battle.
Well, if the Blue Devils hope to score before the intermission, this is 3rd down and 4. And for 5, if they stop them here, they can get the ball back. And we'll have about, say, 50 seconds to try to score before this first half expires. But that's contingent upon stopping Chancellor here on 3rd down. And the Chargers have it at their own 47. And they need to get to the Blue Devil 49 to keep possession. Ferguson's going to throw. This one was thrown in traffic. It was intended for Logan Hunter. And the pass incomplete, and now 4th down. So looks like the Blue Devils may get the ball back after all.
Yep, and I thought maybe they had a good chance of picking that one off. They did, but it just now, what is Chancellor going to do? Go for it here on 4th down, 4th and 10?
Well, it makes you wonder because Ferguson got the play from the sideline, and I don't think their punter is in there.
I mean, this is, now Culpeper needs to take advantage of this. Don't let him pick up first.
Yeah, and so if they can draw them all sides, they can get a first down. That could be Chancellor's thinking here. And, of course, as you mentioned, they've got that running back. Well, they don't do that. Instead, Ferguson's going to throw downfield, and excellent coverage out there Caleb Murray defending against Nathaniel Newton, and that gives the ball back to the Blue Devils. They've got 52 seconds to play here in the second quarter with hopes of trying to get on the scoreboard.
Yep. Now you want to see what you got in. Now you're going to see Culpeper's passing game, and now I would send Shiflett, Alvarado. Is Alvarado in there? And
I don't think he's playing tonight.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right. He's injured. So, you got to look at Caleb Green, and you got to look at Holland, Charlie Holland. They got to, someone's got to step up here and make a play.
Well, Charlie Holland goes to the top of your screen. And this is Murray at the bottom of your screen. Lentz is the quarterback. He looks this way. Now he's going to throw downfield. Murray's out there, and he's unable to get it to him. The pass just a little bit underthrown. And bring up second down and 10.
And then, I'm not going to, I guess I'm going to second guess the coach. Why don't you have Johnson in there, your best thrower? Taking nothing against Lentz, but, Johnson's got the better arm.
Well, Lentz did have some reps last week in that game against King George.
Yep.
So
right.
I suppose it gives the defense another lineup to have to contend with, another player. Lentz running the show rather than Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Here's second and 10 from the 47. Lentz stays in there. He's going to throw. This is going to be picked off. And this is picked off by Elijah Miller. Second interception of the game by Chancellor. And now the Blue Devils likely won't get any points before this first half expires.
No, they won't, and that was a bad throw. Again, you're using your second string quarterback. Unless Johnson's hurt, he just threw it right there to the Chancellor defender. And the Culpeper, in other words, he threw it before the Culpeper defender, the receiver rather, could break on the ball, and then it was right there in Chancellor's defender's pocket, and they will pick it right off.
Well, so Chancellor takes over with 37 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and they're up 15-0. I don't know, but maybe they don't play conservatively here, Steve. Maybe they just play like they've got plenty of time.
Yeah, I would. Why not? You just got a gift, so.
Well, they're going to swing it in the backfield to Nathaniel Newton. He got away from Dalton Butler, and then he ran out of bounds. And it stops the clock with 31 seconds to play here in the second quarter. And it looks like he got out to about the 45.
Well, I'm not worried about Chancellor being a field goal threat here, but they can also break Butler loose, or they can air it downfield. They've been successful a couple times with it. So here, I think defensively, Culpeper's got to dial up the pressure.
30 seconds remaining. Here is second down and 7 for Chancellor from its own 44. Leo Ferguson's the quarterback. Primary ball carrier has been Darian Butler, number 22. He's in the backfield. Butler, he's going to block. And they're going to throw, and he's going to have a complete pass. Culpeper side of the field. Actually, Dalton Butler comes away with it, and they say it's an incomplete pass.
Right. Culpeper's lucky the official gave him that one because the ground caused it. He had it when he hit the ground, but. So they got 20.
23?
Yep, 23 seconds.
3rd and 7.
Just keep them in front of you.
Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Butler in the backfield. He's going to block. Ferguson pump fakes. Now he throws downfield. This one nearly caught. Trying to make the catch was Nathaniel Newton. That had some degree of difficulty to it.
It did.
Garrett Damewood with the good coverage there forces.
Damewood on the coverage. And 4th and 7 now.
Now what do you do, Chancellor? Do you go for it again? You got 17.6 seconds. You punt it away, you go for it.
I think you're going to get the ball back in the third quarter, right?
Yep. But you don't want to turn over here and have the Blue Devils have a shot at the end zone. So we'll see what's going to happen here.
Well, are they lining up for a punt? Looks that way.
Yeah, they are.
And that is Landon Eckhart handling the punting duties here. This one nearly a block. Good high kick. And this one won't be returned. Take a nice Charger roll down to the 19 of Culpeper. And with 7 seconds remaining, Culpeper has time for perhaps one play.
Yeah. That's glad Culpeper didn't get called for roughing the punter, because the punter, the Culpeper defender ran into him, but the referee, kept the flag in his pocket. It's getting a little chilly out here now, Mark.
Yeah, it
we
is.
Get in deep into the fall.
Yeah, well, that's why I brought a jacket. Did you?
Yeah, I left it in my truck, but I figured this would be warm.
Keep your truck warm, right?
Yeah.
No, you've got that on.
Yeah,
How to explain it? Is it sort of a velour? Here comes a quick setup by the Blue Devils trying to catch Chancellor off balance. They pitch it to Caleb Green. Green at 25, 30, 35, 40. Here's Caleb Green on the last play of the quarter. Picks up huge yardage. And that'll help in the statistics part of things.
Right.
And give them a little bit of something to celebrate before they go into the locker room here, because the time has expired. It's into the first half with Chancellor 15, Culpeper nothing. Well, stay tuned. You're watching Blue Devils football on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is made possible by the generosity of our community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet, and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
This broadcast is made possible by the generosity of our community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet, and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
All right, welcome back to our broadcast. It's halftime at Broman Field, where the score is Chancellor 15 and Culpeper nothing. And when we have the third quarter kickoff, it'll be Culpeper kicking off the Chancellor. Well, I'm Mark O'Connell alongside Steve Peacock and Johnny Krawchuk behind the camera. Nick Morris back in the studio, the Culpeper Media Network. Steve, this is senior recognition night, and I want to recognize those 16 seniors by name before we get going. Now, the seniors are recognized off not just the football team, but the band and cheerleaders. So there were a lot of people that John Bridges, the public address announcer, announced before the start of the night's game. But I have to limit here to the Blue Devil football players, and they are seniors this year, 16 of them. Gavin Alvarado, who's not playing tonight, Christian Angelos, Dalton Butler, Dante Carter, Garrett Damewood, Charlie Holland, Jeremiah Johnson, Jack Lehman, Cody Lewis, Jaden Livingstone, Connor Moss, Caleb Murray, Christian Smith, Griffin Tanner, J.Q. Williams, and I may have saved one of the most acclaimed for last, in R.J. Uribe, because when he was introduced, Steve, the academic and athletic accolades were quite impressive.
Yeah, they were, and he's, like I say, he's planning to attend the Naval Academy. That's all needs to be said. What kind of character?
Yeah, senior class president.
That young man has.
And you know, R.J. Uribe was injured last week. And head coach Eric Sherry said he's in good shape right now, but he's sitting out tonight's game as sort of precautionary. Expected to return next week. Well, as the Blue Devils kick off to start this third quarter, Steve, what must they do to turn this game around?
Well, they got to start playing with a little bit of inspiration, some heart, and try to get back, play with some intensity. Play like every play is the last play you're going to play. You got 16 seniors on senior night. You do not want to go out on a loss to Chancellor. It's 1-5 in the district. But right now, Chancellor's up 15-0 because Culpeper has not played a very good first half.
Well, here's Saul Acevedo's kick, and we're underway here in the third quarter. This one fielded near the 25-yard line. And on the return there is Logan Hunter. And a penalty flag comes in at the end of this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a late hit against Culpeper, so we're going to tack on 15 right here. And late hit out of bounds.
Not a good way to start this third quarter.
No. And,
we were talking about the team record tonight. The standings in the Battlefield District right now. You've got two unbeaten teams in the district in terms of district play, and that's King George and Eastern View. They're both 3-0 in the conference, and they're both 4-2 overall. Next week they have the showdown when they meet. Caroline is 3-1 in the district, 5-1 overall. Cortland 2-1 and 4-2. Spotsylvania 1-2 and 2-4 overall. Chancellor is 1-2 in the district and 1-5 overall. JM 0-3 and 2-4, and CCHS is 2-4 overall, but they're looking for their first conference win tonight. So here's your personal foul you mentioned against the Blue Devils.
But they offset because there was a holding penalty against Chancellor.
Chargers from their own 40-yard line.
So it's going to be the result of the play right here where the ball carrier went out of bounds.
Chancellor's district win is over James Monroe this year. All right, so Chancellor, good field position to start things here in the third. And they go back to their reliable running back, and that's Butler.
Mason Elkins on the tackle for the Blue Devils.
That kid should not be beating the Blue Devils like he's doing because he's small back. I get it. He's got a little bit of quickness. But we got to tell our linebacking core, you got to keep an eye on him. Just, he's going to be the featured back in the running game. So don't allow him to pick up 6-7 yards on every carry.
Which he just did.
Yep.
7 and 2nd and 3 here. Mentioned the quarterback is Leo Ferguson. Darian Butler is number 22. He's the running back, and he gets the call again. And Butler, with some determined effort, gets a first down. Gets into Culpeper territory. They'll mark it down at about the 47.
But also give kudos to the offensive line and Chancellor. They're the ones opening up the holes on that Blue Devil defense, but we're not. I just don't see the intensity.
Well, you're probably right. At the break, we were talking to Billy Miller about baseball and the playoffs, and I want to revisit that when we get a chance because the two team, the league is playing that's not the division.
The league championship.
Now here's a complete pass to number 11, Nigel Asamoah, and he's off to the races and into the end zone for the touchdown. What on earth happened to that Blue Devil defense on that play?
Mark, they just poor coverage on that pass. Let him get behind the defender. Let him get behind the corner out there. Let him get behind, and then it was just a foot race all the way to the end zone. And the safeties couldn't get over there to provide, help.
47-yard pass from quarterback Leo Ferguson to Nigel Asamoah, 6 foot, 165-pound junior, 47 yards, and he went untouched.
He did, and this is a game I thought Culpeper could get and win, but this is going to make it hard now.
There's Rivera's point after. It's good, but there may be a penalty flag down.
Yeah. And hopefully the Blue Devils did not jump off sides, and they're going to move it closer.
All right, well, localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. Well, third quarter action. Chancellor takes over at their own 40, and 3 plays later they have a 47-yard touchdown pass, and so increased their lead to 21-0. And what happened there?
It's going to be 22 because the point after was good, but
Okay, yeah, the point after by Rivera,
yeah.
22-0. So not a good start
No,
for the Blue Devils here in this third quarter.
There's a foul, personal foul. That'll be assessed on the kickoff. The try should be good.
So does it seem like we've had more than our share of personal foul penalties tonight?
Will be assessed on the kickoff.
I tell you, I don't know, Mark. I mean, I'm just at a loss of words for the way how the Blue Devils have played tonight. Given that they got drubbed last, Friday against King George, but I think this is had a hangover into this game. And Culpeper, I want to see the Culpeper that played against Fauquier. How well they played. Didn't get down. They kept fighting, and right now I just don't see the fight or intensity in this team.
Culpeper's 2 wins this season have come against Fauquier, as you mentioned, and Meridian.
And you look at the rest of their schedule, it's going to be tough. I mean, I think they can beat James Monroe, but they're still going to have, Rocktown they might be able to get. But they needed this win tonight I think to solidify its chance in the Division III playoffs.
After that 15-yard penalty, which is being assessed on the kickoff here, Jason Rivera will kick off from the Culpeper 45.
And I find it weird why they're doing a senior night tonight because they're home next week. I
And-
guess because that's a military appreciation.
Yeah, so next week, Culpeper is scheduled to play at home against Rocktown. If you've never heard of Rocktown High School, there's good reason. That's because this is their first year as a high school, and they're in Harrisonburg, the new high school in Harrisonburg. They are the Rocktown Raptors, and next week here at Broman Field is Military Appreciation Night, but we expect to be at King George for the King George and Eastern View matchup. Rivera's kick is on the ground, and it's fielded at the 20-yard line. And this is number 12 on the return for Culpeper, and that's Jaden Carter. Average field position for the Blue Devils as they go back on offense here.
Yeah.
For the first time here in the third.
I don't know if they practice this or not, but I would like to see Culpeper now go to a hurry-up offense. Just you're going to have to. You need scores. And, hand the ball over, this, getting a couple yards or getting sacked. You need to go and play your 2-minute offense and move the ball down the field. But you got to get the ball in your best player's hands.
Okay, and that could very well be Caleb Green. He's in the backfield.
Yeah.
He gets the call. There's Green. He's got the edge, turns up, breaking a tackle. Hard running into Chancellor territory, down the 45-yard line. He picked up 23 yards on first down.
And let's go to replay on that. You can see just a little pitch toss to Caleb Green. And, man, he ran right in there, he ran right through a few defenders on Chancellor. A big run, and they're doing the hurry-up offense, just like I hoping they would.
And they just forced Chancellor offside. So I think you're on to something, Steve. The no-huddle, hurry-up offense, and now you've got Caleb Green back there as your tailback.
Yep, you got injured, number 50.
56, well, that's Jaden Hendrickson, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, number 56 is Jaden Hendrickson limping off to the sidelines. The 5-yard penalty against Chancellor puts the ball down at the Chargers 40, where it's 1st and 5. So, can the Blue Devils respond and get on the scoreboard here on this drive? We'll find out. Jeremiah Johnson, the quarterback, hands off again to Caleb Green. Here's Green, right side, and picked up a couple yards, probably to the 38 before they pushed him back to stop him.
Well, they need to hand him the ball. He's got the quickness and the power to run up in there, and then you kind of supplement it with a Christian Smith, somebody like that, or maybe for more power, or Riley Vineyard. But you're keeping the Chancellor team guessing, and we need to go to a hurry up. Like I said, no huddle, get the ball. We need points.
Now Caleb Green goes from the backfield to line up in the slot on the right side. Riley Vineyard in the backfield now alongside his quarterback. Vineyard's going to block. Here comes the pressure on Johnson. He was hit as he released that when he was trying to get it out there to Charlie Holland. Overthrew him.
Yeah, he was hit as he let it go. And we got Christian Smith, number 28, in there.
That's Caleb Murray, isn't it?
Caleb Murray.
I think Smith is 24.
Okay.
But here's a third down, Steve,
Murray,
and
yep.
4.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, they need to, like I said, Murray can help them with his speed, Caleb Green, and then use Riley Vineyard for the pounding.
and I know we say this a lot, big third down. I know it sounds cliche, but if you're going to get back into the football game, right here is where you have to do it, you know.
Exactly.
You know, that's Danewood in motion. Johnson going to throw. He's got a receiver. It's caught. I believe that's Caleb Green near the 30-yard
Yep.
line.
Down.
Is
Yep.
that Green out of the backfield? It is Green.
It is. He went up and got that ball, and it was a kind of a high pass, but he was able to get it up there.
So they're showcasing Caleb Green's abilities here in this third quarter on Culpeper's opening possession. He's run the ball, and now he's caught it for a first down. He picked up 9 yards. It's now 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils from the Chancellor 30. Oh, this ball is fumbled. They were trying to hand it off to Brendan Stover. Never got a handle on it, but I believe he was able to pounce on the ball nevertheless.
And the officials saying ground. It's still Culpeper's ball.
Chancellor says they want it, but the officials say no.
We'll wait and see for the official call.
So again, it's Culpeper's ball.
And it is.
And it is 2nd and 10 from the 30, so no gain on that play. And no turnover, more importantly.
Yep. Yeah, they just got to keep this going. They got to.
You can see the score 22-0 in favor of Chancellor here in the third quarter. Just under 8 minutes to play. And we go back to Caleb Green. Green near side. Green's got a little bit of running room out there. He gets down, it looks like near the 20-yard line.
Might have.
Let's check the spot.
Did he pick up the first?
We'll check out and see where he forced him out of bounds. Looks like it's right after 20. That should be close to a first down. If he doesn't have a first down, it's going to be awfully close.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and short.
Mm-hmm. 3rd and really, we'll call it 3rd and 1, but it's physically less than that.
They should be using this, been doing this the whole first half.
Right now, I don't want to jinx it, looks like they're clicking some here, Steve.
Yep.
Brendan Stover in the backfield. And I think we have a whistle as Johnson went straight ahead for what would have been a first down, depending on the call.
Yeah, it was a timeout, I think, was called by Chancellor before the snap.
Chancellor calls timeout.
How about that? All right. So Chancellor has used one of its 3 timeouts here in this second half. And our timeout sponsor is UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. And this broadcast is brought to you in part by Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
And, Coach, Sherry said at the beginning of the season's coaching show that he's going to say Caleb Green is not going to come off the football field, very much. And right now, he's being their running back. He's been able to pick up long yardage. He's a tough runner. He runs it right between the tackles, or he can run around on the end. So, and he can catch it. See, I'd like to see this maybe a little screen pass a little bit here, swing pass to him.
And they hurry up to the line of scrimmage, and they toss it to Caleb Green. He's got a first down as they force him out of bounds near the 15. Did number 21, Remy Hawkins. And Steve, I like what Culpeper's doing here, and I think and predict that if they don't turn the ball over, they ought to be able to punch it in from here.
They should. They should. And they need.
The play on the far sideline.
Uh-oh. Flag on there. Let's see what the. Oh, it's sideline warning against Chancellor.
So both teams have been hit with a sideline warning in this game.
Next one, there's a 5-yard penalty or 10-yard?
I don't know what that rule is.
I think it's 5-yard.
1st and 10 for the
Well,
Blue
1st and 10 now for the Blue Devils from the 15. So this is Danewood in motion. They hand it off to Riley Vineyard. They slowed him up initially. He didn't quite go down. He stumbled, regained his balance, fell forward for 2 or 3 yards.
That's what those crab walks do in practice.
Yeah. So from the 15, he got to the 12. So he picked up 3. the Blue Devils can get another first down before they actually have to score. They can get to the 5-yard line on a new set of downs. We'll give them 4 opportunities to punch it in. I don't think they're thinking that way now, but here is 2nd and 7 from the 12. Caleb Green is in the backfield. Here comes the pressure. They hand it off to Green. This time the right side. He's going to try to get to the edge, and they're going to drag him down before he does. He got to the 9, and making the tackle there was Keegan Eason, number 6.
I thought that could have been a horse collar, but no call.
So you got him on the top of the shoulder pad, Steve.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, down to the 10. So he did pick up 2. This will bring up a 2nd down and no, 3rd down, rather. And about 4.
Yeah. I would say, again, look for Jeremiah Johnson. Look like they're going with the pistol.
Well, now they have Johnson under center and Riley Vineyard, the fullback, and Caleb Green, the tailback. In this formation, it's the pitch to Green. Here's Green. Watch out. There he goes. He's in from 10 yards out. Culpeper's on the board.
Touchdown, Blue Devils! Caleb Green from 10 yards out gets the Blue Devils on the scoreboard.
22-6 with 6:03 to play. Well, Steve, if you look at that possession, the Blue Devils started on their own 32-yard line, and I thought they moved down the field rather methodically, and they held on to the football, and they used a really different look with Caleb Green in the backfield.
They sure did, and they got to continue going with that because they got 3 more scores they got to get. So,
and they're going to line up here to go for 2, of course. Johnson will go back to that pistol formation. He's got Riley Vineyard on his left. Garrett Danewood split wide left. Caleb Green now in motion. Johnson's going to swing it out to Caleb Green. Green makes one move. The ball is loose into the end zone. Let's see who's got it.
Yeah, it looks like Culpeper got it and jumped on it.
If Culpeper, hey, dude. So let's see who recovered it. It was number 23. Charlie Holland recovers it, and the 2-point try succeeds. That's not exactly how they drew it up, but they'll take it.
I know Caleb's a little upset he dropped the ball there, got hit.
Yeah.
Thank God for Charlie Holland right there.
Johnny on the spot, as they say. Well, Caleb Green, I think it looked like he was on his way there.
Yeah.
Maybe he just got a little excited and lost control of it, and then Charlie Holland, the heads-up play, converts that 2-point try.
But right there, they came out with some intensity. They changed it up, and they were able to march right on down the field. Now, it's still third quarter, 17 here to go in the third quarter. But, I don't think you go onside kick here. I think you kick it deep, try to rely on your defense to keep them hemmed in and force them to punt.
Yeah, because you got plenty of time to play. I mean, you're talking 6:17 just in the third, and you're down by 2 scores. But you put together a drive that you can be proud of. Well, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. At 540-547-3673. And Steve, I was just reminded the other day, because we were talking about the Major League Baseball and the playoffs and the teams now playing for the pennant so they can advance to the World Series. And I was just thinking, it was 45 years ago in 1979 was the series where Pittsburgh played Baltimore. The Pirates overcame a 3-1 deficit to win that series in 1979.
Short kick.
Here's the return by Logan Hunter, tackled shy of the 40. I was going to say it was 45 years ago. And if you remember that, Pittsburgh's theme song that year was "We Are Family."
Yep.
Yeah, Sister Sledge.
Sister Sledge.
We
are family.
Yeah. I don't know
all
where
my
you.
sisters and me.
Yeah, I got all my sisters and me. Well, I don't know where you were in 1979, but at that particular time, I was in the Army and stationed in Germany.
I was working at Alfred Tevis, going to Germanna Community College at that time. So.
We weren't too far removed from our high school days then.
Nope.
But in the Army,
1980, I then transferred and went down to East Tennessee State University in Johnson City. That's where I met my wonderful, beautiful wife, Lisa.
And the rest is history, they say.
Yeah.
How many years later?
42, being January.
Well, congratulations. All right, well, guess who's running the ball again? This is number 22. He's carried a lot. That's Darian Butler. He's really their go-to player. Steve, they don't have much depth on this Chancellor roster, but they do have some good players, and they seem to get the most out of them, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And again, Porter, they got to keep an eye out on him. But, getting back, I do want to say a shout-out to Mark Bryson and his lovely wife, Martha, celebrating their 38th anniversary, and they're the aunt and uncle of Caleb Green.
Well, congratulations.
Great uncle.
Congratulations to them. All right, 1st and 10 Chargers now at their own 49. You can see the score and the time remaining in this one. And they go back to Porter, and this time they stop him for a short gain. And number 16, Brendan Stover, helped making the tackle there for Culpeper.
Yeah, my wife I'd be remiss. Steve, we'll be married 42 years in January, but we've actually been 3 years together, so it's really 45 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got a good one, Steve.
Yeah, got 2 beautiful.
What do they say in poor English? You done good.
Done good. You got 4 beautiful grandchildren. And
yeah, living large.
Loving life.
All right. 1-yard pickup by Darian Butler. 2nd and 9 now from midfield. They fake it to Butler. They throw this one. Caleb Green looked like he was going to make a nice job defending and did. Oh, it was actually caught.
Yeah.
But Caleb Green was draped over the receiver. That was Logan Hunter who was able to haul it in. He didn't have much wiggle room with that one.
Well, Caleb's going to sleep well tonight. Win or lose, he's been the workhorse here in the second half. But now here's a big 3rd down play, Mark.
And I was getting ready to say the same thing. And I know it sounds cliche, we say it all the time, but when you think about the circumstances of this game and where we are, at what juncture. It was 15-0 in favor of Chancellor at the intermission. They scored first in the 3rd quarter, opening possession, and they did it quickly. Well, then, rather than feeling defeated, Culpeper came back, had a new wrinkle to their offense, moved the ball down the field methodically and scored.
And they moved it back. They said the play was incomplete.
Oh, okay. It looked incomplete from this angle. And Caleb Green made a nice defensive play.
Yeah, he did.
So it's back to midfield, and it's 3rd down and 9 there. And again, an opportunity for this Culpeper defense. If they can make the stop, give the ball back to their offensive teammates. That would certainly be what's on the list of things they want to do.
Yeah, they got man coverage out here. No pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, no pressure on Ferguson. He rolls left and then throws downfield. Somebody should be open, except Caleb Green is out there, and it looks like he's picked it off. And he's been the star of this 3rd quarter for Culpeper.
Where did he come from? What an interception. Go on the replay on that. Look what we had man coverage down near the field on this side, but then over to the left, the quarterback for Chancellor, he's got all time, and he just lost it out there, and then you see Caleb come flying through the air with the interception.
Good hands.
And good hands, you only have to have 1 foot down in high school.
So the turnover, interception by Caleb Green gives the ball back to the Blue Devils. And Steve, I mean, when you start looking at a game, you start wondering about pivotal moments and points in time. That may have been one.
Yep, you're right.
As it gives the ball back to this team, and Caleb Green, who had the interception, breaks the tackle, makes a cut, makes another player miss. He gets across the Blue Devil 45 out to about the 47. Nicely done.
He's gashing right now. He is gashing the Chancellor defense, and I'd be pretty much close. He's got to be close to 100 yards rushing in this game so far.
Well, it's as though that he's just sort of sees some control of this game offensively, and then just a moment ago he had, of course, that interception.
Keep feeding him. Feed him.
Culpeper has 1st and 10 now from its own 48-yard line. They throw it near side to Charlie Holland. Holland waits on a block, and he gets one, and then he picks up good yardage and another Blue Devil 1st down.
See, and I'm liking this offensive change here by the coaching staff. They're getting the ball to their talented playmakers in their big wide receivers, because Chancellor's corners, I keep saying, are very little. And you can just really, almost like basketball, you could just spot up on them and just have Jeremiah just throw the football.
I like this look by the Blue Devils, and they have Jeremiah Johnson under center, Riley Vineyard the fullback, Caleb Green the tailback. They pitch it to Green. Green makes a cut, looks in for a block. There's a penalty flag comes in as he's hit near the line of scrimmage. And Steve, as they sort this one out, we'll say that this broadcast is brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530, and CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home Center, 825-2200. All right, so
that was holding on the Blue Devils. I kind of figured it was. That's where the flag was thrown.
So from the 39 back to the 49, and it is 1st and 20 now. You see the time there, 3:13 and counting. Chancellor 22, Culpeper 8. Here in the third. Johnson's going to throw it out there for Dalton Butler. He's looking for a block. He makes a couple of players miss, and he makes something out of what appeared to be absolutely nothing. Good effort by Dalton Butler there, Steve.
Yeah, it was. Very good effort. He's sitting there saying, look, he picked up 5 tough yards. Looks like he had the whole Chancellor defense on his back.
All right, he's probably looking around. Okay, I want to see some blue jerseys out here. They're all white.
They're all white.
Yeah, out to the 45-yard line. Good work by Dalton Butler. Brings up 2nd and 15. It was a hard-earned 5 yards, wasn't it?
It was.
See the clock still ticking, 2:25 to go. Here in the third, 22-8, Chargers. Blue Devils looking better in this third quarter, however, as Johnson takes the snap, looks left. He's going to throw deep. Watch out. Oh, he had a receiver out there, just barely missed him. That was intended for Garrett Damewood.
He looked like he might have had him, just overthrew him just a little bit.
Just a tad. And you know what? That's all it takes, isn't it?
That's it. And now big third down here. I said, concentrate getting the first down here. They need it.
Yeah. Steve, did you know I had the privilege of meeting Garrett Damewood's family tonight? Had a chance to talk to him. Scott and Heather Damewood.
Well, good.
Garrett's sister, Grace. And that was a good experience, to be able to meet some of these parents and extended family members. And it's good stuff.
Yep.
Last week, was Markel Reed and his mother, Sheena, had a good opportunity to talk to them. And Reed is that big guy on this team, Steve, number 77.
Oh, okay.
Markel Reed, yeah. He actually played well last night as a bright spot, last week in a bright spot in that loss to King George. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the stop on the field looked like timeout. I think it was called, Chancellor called it. Let's see.
Let's see. Obviously, someone has called a timeout. A little discussion out there between Chancellor's coach and the referee.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were looking to try to pass on a score for you for that Eastern View game.
Well, not last we heard was 19-7, Eastern View. And I have to hit up Big Dave Richardson for a update.
Yeah, Dave has been messaging me some. It was Chancellor calling a timeout.
Yeah.
Chancellor calls timeout, and this is a great job. Great time for us to celebrate this year's varsity cheer team. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take it back to 1984.
I think they'd already taken it. I think the official was saying that it was going to be charged to Chancellor.
Right.
And now, if you look at the coach over there, he's really animated.
Yes.
Wow.
He's not happy.
Yeah, those are gestures and everything that indicate that the person's not particularly happy in this moment. All right, here's Johnson. He's going to air it out. Watch. Oh, looking for his receiver there, Caleb Murray.
Caleb Murray. Thought he had him, too. Murray had a step.
Yeah, overthrew him, and now we'll have a 4th down.
Yeah, they're going to punt here. And I agree with this. So you want to get it deep and, pin him deep and go after him again defensively.
All right, so coming on the field will be Saul Acevedo to punt this one away for the Blue Devils. He's standing at about the 41. Here's his kick from the 44. Nice roll again. These are successive nice punts by Acevedo, and they down it all the way at the 3-yard line.
That's a good weapon to have right there.
Steve, if my math is correct, it's a 53-yard punt.
Give it up
Good
for
job. He's
Richard
had 2
Powers.
good booming punts here in this game.
Diana Snow.
From the 44 down to the Chancellor 3, Acevedo doing his job nicely. And so says to his defensive teammates, look,
Yep.
you got them pinned back now with
out there as well.
within the 5-yard line. Chance to go back to work, get this ball back to your offensive teammates.
You're right. And see, they need it too because it's minute 53 here in the third. So, and you got to figure they got to have at least 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. So they just don't want to give up a big play here.
All right, so Chancellor on its own 3. They go back to Butler, the ball carrier. He springs loose. He's in the secondary. He turns on the speed. Caleb Green finally wrestles him down after he catches up with him near midfield, Steve, just like that. Butler picks up 47 yards on first down.
And Caleb, he's got cramp. He's got a cramp. Caleb Green is down, but he has a cramp.
Well, Darian Butler just exploded through that hole and into the Blue Devils secondary, and then Caleb Green finally caught up with him and tackled him at midfield. 47-yard pickup by Darian Butler.
And you had to see it was coming because Chancellor was using spread formation. So they, Culpeper's defense was maybe thinking pass, and they put in, handed off to Butler, and he just, all he needs is a little crease, and he was gone. But but Caleb Green was able to run him down.
And Green being attended to here. I want to pass off some scores from last week, some notable games. And the first one on my list, of course, we were at King George and saw the Culpeper King George game. Last week, Eastern View beat James Monroe 48-19. Madison County a winner over Luray. Louisa a winner over Orange in a high-scoring game, 52-32. Caroline beat Chancellor last week, and Caroline is the common opponent between these two teams. They're marking off a penalty here against Culpeper, Steve.
What's the call? Let me see. This is a big one. It's got to be
Let's give him a big round of applause.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
See what the call is.
Must have been a personal foul.
Yeah, it'd have to be. And see what's a dead ball.
Had some open field, but Green was able to track him down. Hope that he's okay.
What was
The
that?
signal with the hands behind the back. I haven't seen that one in a long time, and it eludes my memory. But
On that play as well against the Blue
one
Devils.
thing's for certain,
15-yard penalty.
it was against
First and 10,
Culpeper,
Chancellor
and it was a
from
big
the
one.
35-yard line.
They walked all 15 yards,
I don't know.
and now Chancellor has it at the Culpeper 35.
We've got to get some clarification to that penalty.
And there's another penalty flag down as well.
Offside penalty goes against the Blue Devils. 5-yard
Now,
penalty,
this is
still
where
down.
you don't want to self-destruct.
No, you do not. And now you've got to get it back. You get the momentum back.
Let's see, now Chancellor with the 15-yard penalty and now the 5-yard penalty has it first down and 10 from the 30. They go back to the run here, and yet another penalty flag comes down as the ball carrier. I believe we got a different one. No, it was Darian Butler again.
This is going to be holding, I think, against Chancellor. Let's see what the call is.
Actually, my mistake. It was a different ball carrier. It was Landon Poindexter. He's wearing jersey number 28 tonight.
Okay. I still haven't figured out what that penalty is with behind the back.
Mm-hmm.
Crack back. That could have been a crack back block on the. But it couldn't have been. That would have been against.
Right, that would have been against Chancellor. Instead, it was against Culpeper. Now Culpeper was going to join Chancellor's huddle. See that?
Yeah.
Hey, what's the play?
Big penalty against now. Culpeper, see if they can get some penetration here on and get, force Chancellor to either fumble or stop him here on downs.
And it's first down and 15 for Chancellor at the Culpeper 40. Ferguson hands off. Again, this is the ball carrier, Landon Poindexter. He gets back some of that lost yardage. And they'll spot it there at the 32. Well, he picked up 8 yards.
Green comes back in.
Dalton Butler is first Blue Devil there to help make the tackle.
Going to the sidelines there.
Number 22.
Yeah, that's Mason Elkins. Jaden Carter there at number 12. We mentioned Brendan Stover in the game. Garrett Danewood, defensive back. Riley Vineyards in there. Dalton Butler.
Look for the handoff to Porter. Same.
Yeah, you got to watch out for him. Well, it isn't Porter. Instead, it is Landon Eckhart. Straight ahead he goes down to about the 26. Well, and the third quarter has expired. Our score here at Broman Field after 3, Chancellor 22, Culpeper 8. We'll take a break and come back for the fourth and final quarter right after this. Stay tuned. You're watching Blue Devils football on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is made possible by the generosity of our community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet, and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
Our broadcast, we're at Broman Field, start of the fourth quarter. Chancellor on offense. Looking pretty good here on 3rd and 1. They have the ball at the Culpeper 26.
Yeah. So we can.
Here's Ferguson. Fake. Keeps it.
Quarterback keeps it
Down to the 25. He should have enough for a first down. If you're just tuning in, our score, Chancellor 22, Culpeper 8. It was 15-0 at the half in favor of Chancellor. Came out in the third quarter. Chancellor had the opening possession, scored quickly. Culpeper came back, had a good-looking drive, and then they weren't able to put together a second drive like they wanted to. And now Chancellor, in Culpeper territory, Steve, and every play counts.
It's 4th down now. 4th and short.
I thought he had enough for a first down. They said he didn't.
No, 4th.
So 4th and short, call it a yard, more like a half a yard. In that backfield, of course, is Butler, and Butler gets the call, and he's going to be tackled for a loss, and it's going to be made by Tyler McKnight, number 21, coming up big for the Blue Devils on defense, giving the ball back to the Blue Devils.
Good play call. It just blitzed right in there and beat the offensive lineman, and they get the ball back for the Blue Devils now. Very important here. The Blue Devils got to put a little drive here and quickly get down in scoring territory. See if they can put another 6 points on the board.
And Steve, I think that may have been the first time in this game that Darian Butler was dropped for a loss.
Yep.
And tackled for a loss by Tyler McKnight. It certainly came at a crucial time. So Culpeper on its own 26, back on offense. Looking both ways, then throwing downfield. This one deflected there at the last second. Looks like it was deflected by Elijah Miller. He's got an interception this game, and there's a penalty flag coming in late off this play.
We'll see what it's going to be unsportsmanlike against Chancellor yapping at the ref. Let's see. Now, that was the Riley, that was Lentz in the as the quarterback at the time. See what the refs call.
Right. So we had, you're right, and Riley Lentz had some reps in that first half as well. All right, they're going to confer here. Line of scrimmage was the.
But what they did, they move it. See what the call is.
Moving the sticks. Line of scrimmage was the 26. Now they have it at the 40.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh, yeah, the 42.
Against the Chargers.
Yeah.
41, 42, 43. All right, that's where it's 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils from their own 43. You see the clock, see the score.
Down for the Blue Devils.
Opening minute of this 4th quarter. All right, this is Lentz. He's throwing,
Goes down the far
looking for a receiver. Good coverage out there. Khalid Murray being defended against by Keegan Eason. Well, localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. All right, 2nd down and 10 from the 43. Riley Lentz stays in as the quarterback. He's going to throw. This one looks like it's going to be picked off. They're going to wrestle for possession here.
Ty should go to the receiver.
It's Caleb Murray fighting for possession there against with Keegan Eason.
And the official saying it's Chancellor's ball.
Trying to get it.
And we're saying it's Culpeper. Ty should go to the receiver.
Culpeper says they have possession. But what does the man in the white hat say? Because he always has the final word.
With conflicting thoughts on the play.
Well, what's the rule? What's the ruling here? Have they signaled?
Not yet.
It was obviously caught, but who's had possession?
Again, if it's a tie, it goes to the receiver. Jeremiah Johnson's coming back in at quarterback.
Well,
2nd down. Yeah, they're giving it to Culpeper.
Yeah.
And that looks like Ty goes to the receiver.
Well, that's what you were saying. Murray comes up with it, gets credit for it. Ball's now at the 49-yard line where it's 2nd down and about 4.
But Ty goes to the receiver on that one. Great play by Murray, and it's
Jeremiah Johnson back in the lineup.
That's a very good play by Caleb Murray in that play. He went up there and got it.
All right, here's Johnson handing off. Wide open field there for Caleb Green to run across. 40, 35. Tripped up at the 35 by number 22, Darian Butler. And Caleb Green, a nice pickup that time.
Yeah, he's cramping up again. He's getting up.
35.
I mean, he's been the workhorse here in this 2nd half.
Well, we're down to the 35-yard line. 26 yards?
Yep, got to get him some fluids.
All right. 1st down for the Blue Devils. New set of downs after that good run by Caleb Green. And now the Blue Devils have it at the Chancellor 35. Johnson going to throw. Going up top. Looking for a receiver. Going up for it. Unable to bring it in. Charlie Holland. He wanted a penalty flag. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. Keegan Eason again defending.
I thought he should have got one. I mean, the Chancellor defender was all over him, and Dad turned his head back towards the ball, but a missed call there by the officials.
Well, Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. 2nd down and 10, Blue Devils. They're at the Chargers' 35-yard line. Under center this time is Johnson. He tosses it to Caleb Green, and Green cut down immediately near the line of scrimmage. And that was Darian Butler making the tackle, so he's been
He got shot out like a cannon.
Yeah, that was a good, hard solo tackle made by Darian Butler.
And he got out there before the Culpeper blocker could engage him, and Caleb had no chance.
Third, he actually lost a yard, brings up 3rd and 11.
And so now you go in, now you do the play action, fake it to Caleb, and see, let's get some receivers involved here in the offense and the passing game.
Lentz this time, the quarterback under center. And we got a whistle and we got stoppage. Let's see what this is.
Might be an equipment issue. Here it is, number 15.
Dalton Butler checking in Caleb Murray.
Yep, you have your chin strap.
Lentz gets the call from the sideline. It's 3rd down and 11 for Culpeper from Chancellor's 36. 9:56 to play. Clock ticking, 4th quarter. 22-8 in favor of the Chargers. Lentz, they're going to do a reverse. Caleb Green, now he's going to look to pass. Is there anyone open, or is he going to have to keep it? He's at the 35. Gets past one defender, gets inside the 30 to the 29. The ball's at the 28, so they need 3 yards on 4th and 3.
Because clock's going to become their enemy here.
Mm-hmm.
They got to score here on this.
Yeah, I think they really do have to here. I just don't think there's any other way around it. So to do that, they've got to convert here on 4th and 3. Lentz is the quarterback. He rolls to his right and he dumps it off. He's got Caleb Green out there, and he gets to about the 25, and that's going to be really close to a first down depending on the spot. They say he got it.
He got it. Good play right there. I kind of couldn't see it there, but Caleb just all he had to do was get there, those couple yards, and he did it. Great, good little pass and good catch.
Well,
Culpeper first down.
Steve, to be exact, he needed 3, and he got 3. He didn't have any wiggle room within. Nothing to spare, but they say it's a game of inches, and they had enough inches there for a first down. All right, now they have it at the 25-yard line. New set of downs. Jeremiah Johnson back in the backfield as the quarterback, and he finds Charlie Holland, who drags the defender to inside the 10-yard line. So that is 3 big catches for Holland here tonight, Steve.
Yeah, and he's a big target, and he dragged that, small corner from Chancellor with him. For another 8 or 9 yards.
Yeah, and that's what you were saying earlier. It was the yards after catch by him.
Yeah.
So he picked up 16 on that play.
And he's in for Alvarado, who's injured, so he's doing a good job.
So they have it now 1st and goal from the 9. They go back to the run. This is Caleb Green making a cut and then going straight ahead down to about the 1 where he lost his footing. And you know what? Steve, you might as well warm up those vocal cords because I think from 1 yard out, they ought to be able to punch it in. Let's check and see if there's any penalty flags down. Looks like there's a delay on the field. Looks like green. Yeah, there is a penalty flag.
Flag, and it's going against the Blue Devils. It's going to be a hold.
All right, as they mark this one off, we'll tell you this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673. Here they mark this one off.
It's a big one.
Well, unfortunately, we've had a few of those tonight.
This is
the big ones.
This is a 15-yarder.
Ball was at the 9, and it looks like it would. Oh, the 15 would push it back to the 24. That's not exactly where it is. 5, 10, 15.
So
he's going the other way with it now.
Yeah.
Holding.
Yeah. It should be 10 yards. Okay.
Holding penalty goes against the Blue Devils.
All right. Come on, Blue Devils. You're almost in the end zone.
After all that, Steve, the ball is at the 12-yard line. Go figure.
Sounds like the officials needed a calculator to figure out where to go. Subtract this, add this.
Well, now it was 1st and goal from the 9, and after all that, it's 2nd and goal from the 12.
Yep. Or if they accept the penalty, it'd be 1st and goal.
Yep.
Wouldn't it? Because he fell at the 1.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see why the clock and the down marker both say 2nd down.
You're right, maybe.
It's a little confusing the way they were trying to sort that out.
Yeah, I thought it'd be replay 1st down.
That holding penalty.
Well, let's get some clarity.
Penalty replayed it down.
Yeah, you got replayed it down, just like now they're sitting there. They don't know.
Well,
Joe, did you see that? Yeah, Stan, it's a holding, but I don't know what the number was.
Well, it creates a difficult situation because if they don't know, how are we going to know?
Yeah, exactly. Now they're trying to decipher it. And okay, who's it on? Where is he? I know I didn't throw a phantom flag.
Just confusion reign. This is taking a long time to sort out, isn't it?
That.
Yeah.
Culper's going back into the huddle. They're trying to say the officials. First down.
Now they're saying, now you were right about that. It took them a while to get to that point.
I knew it. I said it's a replay of the down, so it's got to be 1st.
All right, so then you're back to the 12, and it's 1st and
First and
Goal
goal
from
we're
there.
going to replay that down. First and goal from about the 12-yard line for the Blue
Wow.
Devils.
Well, Johnson back in there with Riley Vineyard alongside him. He looks to his left and throws with a slant, and a diving Dalton Butler couldn't quite come up with it. He was a little overthrown,
Yep.
and Butler knows it.
That's where Jeremiah Jones had to get it there quicker.
For number 15, Dalton Butler.
They used Caleb there as a decoy right there, and again, just a little bit rushed on that pass.
Mm-hmm. Just enough to throw him off, just enough to where it was an incomplete pass. It's second down and goal from the 12. Johnson stays in there in the pistol. He's got Caleb Green behind him. And that's Danewood in motion. Vineyard gets the carry. There's Vineyard at the 10, and they're going to force him out of bounds shy of the 5-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and goal from about, let's see what the official is, 6, 7, 8.
That was Green on the carry.
Was it Green?
Yep.
Okay, you're right. My mistake. Let's see where the spot is, Steve. That's an illegal shift call now against Culpeper. You see that, the 5-yard penalty?
I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
So now, 5 yards, going to replay it down again, but I think you can throw it here. And I would go back to the slant pass to Caleb, see if it'll work.
Okay, the 5-yard penalty will put the ball down at the 17.
Or screen pass here.
Mm-hmm.
Middle screen, because they're not going to expect it.
Second down and goal now from the 17. Clock ticking, 7:40 to play. Fourth quarter action. Chargers 22, Blue Devils 8. Jeremiah Johnson in there with Riley Vineyard behind him. Caleb Murray to the far right. Johnson rolls left. Going to throw. He should have a receiver out there. This one's batted down. It was intended for Jossie Shiflett, and that's the first time we've called his name tonight. This one was batted down by the defender, and I believe it was Keegan Eason again, and Eason's played well in the secondary for Chancellor.
Yeah, well, that wasn't a very good thrown ball, and it was, too low. And again, I like the play call. I thought they were setting up a screen, but they're trying to pick up the receiver, dragging across right near the end zone.
Steve, they do have to have a touchdown on this drive, don't
Yes.
they? A field goal would certainly not really help them.
No.
But they have 2 shots at it on 3rd and 17 here.
Yeah, they've got to get it in here.
Right, Johnson, he throws. He's got Caleb Green. He sort of ran out of running room out there as number 21, Remy Hawkins forced him out of bounds.
Now, they can get a first if you get to the 2-yard line.
Are you sure? No, I think it's 4th and goal from there.
Yeah, because they were first and goal from the 12, and then they went back.
Yeah.
But if you're first and goal from the 12.
No, they got down to the 9 where it was first and goal.
Yeah,
Then they started losing. They lost the yardage to the 12. That's
Gotcha.
where. Then lost more yards to the 17. So they're at
Big play
4th and
right
17 here. Okay, here's Johnson. Looks left. Now he throws in the slant, incomplete, and
there.
Here comes your penalty flag. This was maybe the one that Charlie Holland has been looking for.
Yeah, it was either a defensive hold or defensive pass interference. Either one is going to give the Blue Devils automatic first down. Let's see what the.
This should be a little easier call to make.
Yeah, if it's defensive hold, it's 5 yards if it's automatic first. And if it's interference, it's 15 yards.
Here comes the call. Pass interference.
Pass interference against the Chargers.
Now is it half the distance? No, it should be
Still 4th down.
Half the distance to the goal.
half the distance to the
Still
goal.
4th down.
Then that would move it down to about the 8. And it's the 7. So it's going to be 4th and 7. 4th and goal from the 7. Vineyard and Green in the eye. They pitch it to Green. Green at the 10. Makes the cut. He's at the 5. There goes Green.
Yes.
He's in from 7 yards out.
Touchdown, Blue Devils! Caleb Green from 7 yards out on 4th down.
How about that, Steve?
Yep.
And it is 22-14
Uh-oh.
if they put the points on. But would you believe there's that yellow laundry again? It's going to... Maybe it's... Don't tell me they're going to assess this one against Culpeper. Yeah, they are.
Yep. Darn.
How do you take away a great play from Caleb Green? Well, you get called for holding. That's how you do it.
Holding penalty goes against the Blue Devils. That'll negate the touchdown run.
Wow. When you had Green scoring, it was a good-looking run. He waited on his block. He made a nice cut. He charged to the end zone. He was in, it looked like, and then they bring it back.
You know, that's just a killer penalty right there, Mark. That is if they don't make it here, I mean, now, you know, Chancellor takes over, and you don't want – and Butler's been running the ball for Chancellor. You know, Culpeper is that's tough to have a touchdown call back on a penalty.
Yeah, now you got to try to punch it in from 17 yards out.
Well, you're going to have to throw it in. So make sure your receivers get to the end zone.
Well, Johnson dropped it, picked it up. Now he throws it to the end zone. Who can get under it? Butler was diving for it, came up a little short. And that'll turn it over on downs. Well, that's got to be a little heartbreaking for the Blue Devils there.
It is. I mean, that was a big killer right there, that penalty. That was a dagger. That was a dagger.
Well, turn back. So score remains unchanged at 22-8. So they got down to the 9-yard line, Steve, and then things just started to stall.
Yep, you're right. They just, penalties and, mistakes but those penalties were killer, especially if you're trying to come from behind and you're deep in your own territory. You had a touchdown call back. So that just, throws a wrench into everything.
Yeah, it really does.
Now you're going to have to go after it defensively and hope, keep Chancellor pinned down here. Because now the clock is your enemy.
It really is. It's ticking. Or stopping out at 6:43, and so you're approaching that midway point of that fourth quarter. You don't have a lot of time left when you're down by 2 scores.
No.
Butler, the ball carrier, and this time they bottled him up nicely and hold him to no gain. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. We got a timeout on the field, and of course our timeout sponsor is UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. 6:34 to play in this one.
Yeah, Culpeper's going to have to use their timeouts to slow the clock down. Pretty
Steve,
much, so you get the chance to get the ball back. But you're down 2 scores, and you got 6 minutes 34 seconds to try to see if you can get 2 scores. But again, I just go back to that penalty. It was just a tough break, but it was tough call.
Yeah, and
you got to. But see, the thing is though, with the Blue Devils, they put themselves in this position. So they basically in the first half they did not play very well. It was not well played in the first half.
Right.
Chancellor dominated.
After the timeout, and we got movement up front. It's Markel Reed trying to get an early start
on the play
against this offense.
Chancellor, 5-yard penalty.
Unless he was drawn off, and he
He
was.
was. That's what they're saying.
For the Chargers with 6:34 remaining in the fourth
But defense
quarter.
right now, they got to play lights out. They got to get a turnover. I don't expect Chancellor to be putting the ball in the air very much here.
Well, they may surprise us,
No, that's true, but
This is Ferguson handing off to Butler. Butler forces his way ahead, gets some of that lost yardage back. Got across the 15 out to, looks like the 17. It'll bring up, I believe, 3rd down and 9.
another timeout called by Culpeper.
By Culpeper. I was talking about some scores from a week ago, Steve, some of the ones that intrigued me. And I'll tell you a couple scores that intrigued me. One was Huguenot beating Manchester 32-7. And the reason that one came to the forefront of my thinking was because Huguenot is one of the 2 teams that has defeated Eastern View this year. So I will say, well, how good is Huguenot? Well, they're 6-0, and they beat Manchester last week. Another score that intrigued me was Maury. You know how good they are.
Right.
They beat Manor 97-0. And then I thought, who is Manor?
They're a school down Tidewater region.
Well, I think they used to be Woodrow Wilson.
Okay, could be.
And I thought, I've never heard of Manor. And I found out, doing a little searching, they were formerly Woodrow Wilson.
Gotcha.
And so they really got hammered by Maury. Of course, Maury is one of the best teams in the state.
Right.
I think they're Class 5, aren't they?
Yep.
But I wanted to see how is Huguenot rolling along since they beat Eastern View. And they're rolling at 6-0. Maury is 6-0 as well. Those are some of the scores. And, of course, locally, Louisa defeating Orange. No great surprise in that one, but I'm not sure the defenses were very stellar for either team when it was 52-32. Another timeout on the field taken. Steve, if you could pinpoint, not to put you on the spot, but a pinpoint in this game where you feel like the Blue Devils probably let this one begin to slip away, and I think you alluded to the penalties has really hurt them.
Especially here in the second half. It's killed their drives.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you know, and really bad because we had to take 6 points off the board.
Right.
Your beautiful run by Caleb Green, but it's called back for holding. And so, you know, penalties in inopportune times, and basically in the poor first half the Blue Devils played, kind of dug the hole.
Right.
And then when you throw the penalties on top, that means the hole just got deeper.
Exactly, because if you look at the score, it's an even game in the second half. It may be flawed by all the penalties and mistakes, but it was 15-0 at the half. So here in the second half, both teams have scored once.
Yeah. So
And that's it.
But now he's forced Chancellor here to punt.
Which we haven't seen much of tonight, have we?
No.
And handling the punting duties is Landon Eckhart.
And see, I'll be putting a punt block on here. But you got to be careful. Don't rough the punter.
But I think the reason I think you're right about going for the block is because of the time factor,
Yep.
Steve. You got to do something quick.
Yep.
You know, 6 minutes and 18 seconds can be a long time if you're playing.
But if you can get a punt block here and go in, then get an onside kick, get it again, I mean, it can be done, but they're just going to have some little bit of luck too.
Yeah, and like you say, and those are those moments where you have to make good in short time. Another timeout taken, this one by Chancellor.
Chancellor calls timeout.
And so what about those scores I mentioned to you? Anything jump out at you?
No, I mean, you know, the biggest surprise to me, what happened 2 weeks ago is the way Easterview got handled by North Stafford. But they came back and, you know, won. Well, they won last week, and then against, you know, an undermanned James Road squad. And I think they're leading against Spotsylvania. I haven't seen an updated score, but it was 19-7, I think, in the third quarter. But again, you got the Battlefield District. We're in Region 4B. It's one of the toughest. It's the toughest AA region, I think, in the state. And so you're going to have.
You mean Class 4?
Yeah, Class 4. And see, Culpeper's Class 3, but it's AA. Culpeper, though, really needed a win tonight to solidify their chances of seeing the postseason under Division 3, because you got Armstrong. They used to be a perennial doormat. They're playing they're only got one loss, and so does Thomas Jefferson in Richmond. So, you know, teams are getting better. Culpeper, like I said, they only have themselves to blame for this game, but because they were favored, they should be winning this football game, but there's penalties and mistakes kill you.
Here's Eckhart. His punt is a high one. This one is dropped, trying to field it, and then it's going to be picked up and recovered by Chancellor. Let's see who the player was there, Steve. Tried to bring it in. John, go camera right here for a second. Let's see. Oh, it was Caleb Murray.
Yep.
Yeah, and he tried to field it, fumbled it, and it was recovered by Keegan Eason.
Yep, and that was again another mistake, and you know those things kill you.
Chancellor had punted on fourth down and ended up getting the ball back off the turnover here, and they'll send their offense back onto the field, and this time starting from the Culpeper 40.
Yep, 6:08 here to go in the ball game. That was not what Culpeper was looking for. I thought they had a chance for the block.
And Ferguson, the quarterback, back in business here. Butler, the ball carrier. Looking to find some running room and won't find any this time as
See, the other thing, you got your defense is tired.
Jossie Shiflett makes the tackle for Culpeper.
You know, you're getting tired down there.
Mm-hmm.
You think you're coming off the field and you're going right back on it.
Well, been out there a while, haven't you?
Yep.
Butler picked up 3, 2nd and 7, but that clock will run. And it is certainly the ally to this Chancellor team at this point.
And Culpeper's out of timeouts, so they can't stop the clock. Chancellor's got 1.
Mm-hmm. Sure do. And Ferguson, the quarterback, certainly going to take his time, and they're going to use this clock up to the best of their ability. Well, the Chargers.
Yeah, they're just going to.
Ferguson's mindful of it. And Butler, once again, the ball carrier. And Tyler McKnight slings into the ground, forces the fumble, but it looks like Ferguson has pounced on it just ahead of Riley Vineyard, who was close.
Yeah, Vineyard was lucky he didn't get a spearing penalty on that. The ref's talking to him. He could have thrown the flag, but Vineyard.
But, you know, lost 7 yards in the play. But, you know, when you watch Vineyard play, you just know that he loves and can absorb some contact, can he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, does he wrestle?
You know, I don't know because I haven't had a chance to see Culpeper too much in recent years. But I would, you know, almost venture to guess that he would.
Yeah.
Or does. All right, back to the 44-yard line. But again, one thing to consider, this clock continues to run. 4:20 and counting here in the 4th, and the Blue Devils are down by 14 points, 22-8. And Ferguson, the quarterback, certainly take his time and use that clock.
Yep, they're just letting it. We got to see if we get a stop here.
Butler again, the ball carrier. Straight ahead he goes. Riley Vineyard and Markel Reed corral him to make the tackle.
Again, now, you know, decision time for Chancellor. Do they punt it away?
4th down for
It's
the
4th
Chargers.
down.
I don't think you do when you're on this side of the midfield. I think you just go for it. Look at the clock, Steve.
Yeah, that's true. You got the clock as your friend.
As you remember, Culpeper has to have 2 scores.
Yep. And I guess they don't want to give him a chance to run a punt back. Now here, look out here for the quick kick, though.
I just think if you're Chancellor with the time that's remaining and you're up by 14 points and you're on Culpeper 39, I think you just try to get your first down here. I don't think you. And if you don't, I think you're still in good position. We got movement up front, and there is a penalty flag coming in. Is Culpeper offsides in this one?
Yes, Culpeper's offsides. That's what the officials.
Well, as they assess this one, we'll tell you this broadcast is brought to you in part by CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home Center, 825-2200.
Let's see if it was on Culpeper or on Chancellor. Chancellor look like they're bad. Nope, it's against Culpeper.
Yeah, now they walk it off.
Now,
Offside penalty against the Blue Devils,
4th
5
and
yards.
now. Looks like
Still
4th
fourth
and
down.
4 is going to be a lot easier than 4th and 9.
Sure is.
So a big stop here.
And will the Blue Devils have enough time to really
Yeah, it's going to be.
try to make that comeback? Ferguson working that clock. All right, now here's the snap. Back to Butler they go. Butler got away from that first defender, but wasn't able to get away from Caleb Green, who makes the tackle.
Riley Vineyard
All right,
forces it
but
wide.
did he get out of bounds?
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
so.
turnover on- now it's a turnover on downs.
It is a turnover on down. So a nice play by the Culpeper defense. Gives the ball back to their offense, but they need 2 scores. And they have 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining to try to do it.
Yep, they got to score quick, and then hope for a score, and then get on an onside kick. Calling up, asking for the big miracle.
So Culpeper take over at its own 33. Jeremiah Johnson is the quarterback. He's got time. He's going to air it out. And he's looking for Murray. Incomplete. With him nearly stride for stride there was 28, Landon Poindexter.
See what I think also Jeremiah is, he's trying to lead him to the out boundary on the pass, so he's afraid he might get picked off. But again, if you got Murray running down the sideline, to make it a little easier, you can cut in just a little bit and throw it down there and see what he does. But see, just trying to make an over-shoulder catch, it's a hard pass to make.
Here comes the pressure. Johnson able to get away from the first defender, but not the second and third. And they sack him for a loss.
They got to hurry up.
Yep. Back at the 27, it looks like. He lost 6 yards in the play. And the clock will continue to run. You can see it there, 2:15 and counting. Fourth quarter action. Chancellor owns a 14-point lead, 22-8.
Yeah, it looks like.
Coming in is Riley Lentz. He's going to check in as a wideout to the left side.
Yep, Charlie Holland's got a cramp, and Caleb Murray.
Another low snap, and Johnson's having to pounce on it to keep possession. They had better. They seem to have more success under center tonight, Steve.
Yeah, they are. I think he does too. But now, fourth down here.
And about 15.
Yep, you got to go for it. You can't. Got to find Caleb Green.
What else can you do? They got to get out to the 43-yard line for a first down.
Or Joshy Shiflett.
Johnson directing traffic on 4th and very long. He's got time. He's going to throw downfield, going up for it, incomplete. Intended for Caleb Murray. And again, good coverage out there by that Chancellor secondary, including Keegan Eason. He's had a good ball game for Chancellor tonight. He'll turn it over on downs, and that's going to all but do it, except for the time.
Yep, you're right. That's all going to. That's going to be Chancellor just go out here and take a knee. And we'll be going next week to the big game.
Big game, big doings.
Big doings with King George and Eastern View.
Well, we talked in the the preseason, and we're always cautioned. Well, you don't want to look ahead. It's one game at a time. Don't look past any opponent. We all know that, but everyone knew that. We looked at the schedule that when King George and Eastern View would match up, it would be a very meaningful game.
You're right.
And you're talking about two teams that
and they don't like each other as well. So it's going to be.
Again, we'd like to
well, so he does take a knee, and the clock will keep ticking. He's final minute and 10 seconds. We'll keep ticking away. But if you look at the standings, Steve, in the Battlefield District, Eastern View and King George are both undefeated in district play at 3-0. And so next week is obviously a big showdown.
It is. And it's going to be for, that person's, if that team wins, whoever team wins is going to inside track for the district championship. And I think that it gets easy for Eastern View if they were to beat King George. And they still have to deal with Cortland, but they get Chancellor in between that. So.
We got the final 30-some seconds ticking down here. That may be the last time that Ferguson has to take a knee.
Yeah, but the Culpeper's coming across bitterly disappointed, and they should be. They did not play very good tonight. And that's my comment.
Well, final seconds are ticking down. And these two teams will line up to shake hands. Our final score is Chancellor 22 and Culpeper 8. Well, Steve, you've sort of pegged it from the beginning. Too many mistakes tonight for the Blue Devils.
Yep.
And that's the way it is. So, again, with that loss, Culpeper will fall to 2-5 on the season. They remain winless in the district at 0-5. And Chancellor improves to 2-2 in the district and 2-5 overall. So again, next week we plan to be at King George High School for a second time this season, and the Foxes will play host to the Cyclones in this one. So hope you enjoyed our broadcast from Broman Field. It was senior recognition night. 16 Blue Devil seniors suited up to play football here tonight.
Yep.
And were recognized. All right, for Johnny and Steve, I'm Mark O'Connell saying thanks for watching and supporting Blue Devils football here on the Culpeper Media Network. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week from King George.
Good night.
This broadcast is made possible by the generosity of our community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. CFC Farm and Home Center, supplying your lawn and garden, pet, and farm needs since 1932. Hometown pricing and outstanding service at CFC Farm and Home. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.